Hey everyone, Captain Lils here to show you a awesome new custom map that went on the US servers today. It's very fun, it's very cool, and it's very free. Um, yeah, they're all free right now. I'm going to pause it for a second. It's called Space Battle, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a giant space battle. And with that said, it is a 6v6, so it might be a little taxing on people with a slower internet connection, but nonetheless it is still very fun. Now to get started, you get 4 ships to choose from. You have the Destroyer, the Leviathan, the Battlecruiser, and the Carrier. They all have different abilities and different usefulness, and different upgrades. In the case of the Carrier, all these upgrades are the same basically. You have ship upgrade, or ship weapons, and that's just your primary weapon. That's going to shoot everything. You got your secondary weapon. In the case of the Carrier, that's called the antimatter missile, and that's only going to hit other ships. Then you have antimatter generator, and it's called different things on the different ships, but what it does is it adds another shot every time your secondary weapon fires. And then you have range increase, that it's both attack and vision range. And then you have armor upgrade, shield upgrade, energy upgrade, and that increases both energy regeneration and maximum energy. So that's very useful, especially once you get into the later game. Then you have engine upgrades. I recommend getting one of these right away. It's very helpful and helps you get away easier. Upgrade interceptors. Each ship has different things. In the case of Carrier, it's interceptor. And then 2 ability upgrades, plasma barrage upgrade and shield battery. And I'm going to get to those right now. Now each ship has different abilities. You have plasma barrage, electromagnetic storm, recharge shield, vortex, warp jump. Every ship has warp jump. Cloak, feedback, carrier capacity, upgrade your capacity. Every ship has that. And warp technology, and that just removes the warp jump ability cooldown. So with that said, let's get started. I am this carrier actually, and this is the in-game music, so we'll just go with that. Like I said, it's 6v6, and it is very much like Dota. You have a base on each side, you have stuff spawning constantly on each side, and you have basically towers. In the case of the side in the top right, it is war prisms, and down here it is science vessels, and they do the exact same thing. They do attack. And here we have 3 carriers, a battlecruiser, and 4 carriers and 2 battlecruisers against 1 carrier, a destroyer, a Leviathan, another Leviathan, and a battlecruiser. And as you can see, one of the best parts about this game is you can get in right away. You don't have to wait to farm or anything. You can just start going in right away. And you get resources. And you can keep track of your resources up here, and you use those to buy your upgrades. But yeah, like you see, there's just huge space battles constantly going on all the time. And there you have an ability, strike cannons. That's a destroyer ability, and it's pretty much all damage. But like I said, once you die, you're done. You have 1 life, no extra ships, so it keeps the games quick, it keeps them going, and as you can see, this game only lasted 19 minutes. But once we get going here, things are going to heat up. We have 2 space battles going on. We have one up here and one down here, and you know, all over the place with these fighters. And this guy's just farming, Empedocles, and we got Ubiquitous coming in to back him up, I guess. And here we have 2 guys running. Uhahara. Yes. And they decide to back off because we have friends up here. So here you can see LEGTFY. I'm just going to say let me because I'm guessing that's for let me Google that for you. And already we have more and more space battles. And as you can see there, I really outrange everyone. That's what I like to do. I like to outrange and outgun people. Screw everything else. I mean, I'll get the warp and I'll get some engines, but other than that, I'm pure damage. So here we have Ubiquitous saying, get Jimbert. And he's obviously taking a lot of damage. The Leviathan is a close-range ship, and he's got all these tentacles that are just punching through the shields, and now it's taking him out completely. And here we have heavily damaged. Once you get so far damaged, you will constantly take damage. And as you can see in the warp jump ability, it does have a cooldown of 1 minute, and it teleports to only armored structures. So that's any of your friends, your War Prism or Science Vessel, and your mothership. But if you're taking damage, or if you take any damage while it's channeling, it's cancelled. So being heavily damaged or heavily injured, whatever, it's heavily injured for the Leviathan, but if you're heavily damaged, you're not going to be able to warp. You have to run all the way back, or I guess fly all the way back. So now we have Congo Jack taking on Harshog. Harshog likes to swirl around, I guess. There's a Plasma Barrage. That's the carrier ability. It's basically Strike Cannon, but Protoss style. And B, I'm just calling him B, chasing people down. And Empedocles just warped in to back up X-War, who's taking a lot of damage. He is heavily injured, but it looks like he's going to make it back in time to repair. And that's the only way to stop heavily damaged, is to go back to repair. And the battle continues down here. Got Empedocles trying to finish off Harshog, who's pretty far gone. And he just used an ability called Recharge Shield. It recharges 17% of your total shield, so it keeps you alive a little bit longer. But now we got Junior coming back in to back him up, and Phalanx going back. And here we have, going back, and here I'm coming to back up Empedocles too. And like I said, I like to outrange people, so I'll back up and turn around and do stuff like that. But unfortunately, he gets out of range before I get a full Plasma Barrage, so he just takes one Plasma Ball. But, this is one of those rare times when there's really not much going on. Except, obviously, these fighters going on. And these are just Vikings and Phoenix cut down in size. But it looks like we're all grouping up here. And I say we because I'm on this team right there. And these guys are backing up. And it looks like everyone's basically at full health. And then you can see the mothership repairing Harshog. It only repairs hull, though. Your shields have to recharge on their own. But it looks like the top team's going in for this science vessel. I'm going to farm a little bit of fighters for resources and wait for some fighter reinforcements of our own. And there you got the science vessel hitting Congo Jack and Captain Lowell's myself. Plasma Barrage in the science vessel. See, this is one of the great parts about this game. I'm fully zoomed out, and there's stuff going on all over the screen and all over the map even. There's no such thing as map control in this game. There really is not. And there's got another strike cannon. Harshog taking tons of damage. And here we have Junior taking a full Plasma Barrage. His shields are almost gone. His shields are gone. He's taking a ton of damage. You can just see his health dropping. He's taking a strike cannon and another Plasma Barrage, and he goes down. And like I said, once you're down, you're done. So we'll probably see him leave the game soon. That's not uncommon. We have another Plasma Barrage going on. X-War is taking a lot of damage. He is heavily damaged, so he's probably going to head back. Yeah, there he goes. And another Plasma Barrage, this time on Phalanx, and he goes down as well. So, if you want to see the score, you always can while you're in game. I'm just in every one, and you can't see the score overlay, but I'll switch for a second here. Now what's going on here is you have your kills on fighters and your kills on players. The plus signs are the kills on players. That's basically it. You can see who's out. You can go over or mouse over, but you're really not going to have a chance to do that while you're playing. Other than that, you know, it's pretty basic. That's really all you need. And your resources are in the upper left, or the upper right, I should say, since that's where they are. Anyway, we got some more stuff going on. Harshag, sticking with it. And we got a Plasma Barrage on Uhahara. That's how I'm going to say his name. I'm just going to call him Uha from now on. You got B warping back just a little bit. Empedocles killing off some fighters, and same with Uha. And I'm going to go back to spend my 8,500 minerals. We have Let Me warping back as well, and Uha, Empedocles, and it's just those two. They're just farming a little bit, and Empedocles has over 1,000 minerals, and so Uha. And there we have X-War warping back in, and that's really great. Simply because it only has a 1 minute cooldown, you can even get rid of that from the upgrades. And we have Harshag coming in right away. He's gonna pound on Uha, but he doesn't seem to take much damage. And then we have another Plasma Barrage, and now he's taking a bunch of damage. 3 Plasma Barrages in total, I think. One right after the other. So Congo Jack, we have huge space battle, and the top team decides to pull back a little bit because these guys are fully repaired and fully charged, ready to go. X-Wars decides to stick around for a little while. He's got an armor upgrade and a bunch of tentacle upgrades, so he's going to take him out. And Harshag is taking a lot of damage. He is heavily damaged, and I think he's going down. There he goes. Harshag just went down. And X-Wars is going to head back now. Congo Jack's going to head back. Let Me and B are hanging back, and Empedocles warps in to back these guys up as they're trying to run. That's a nice thing about warping. You warp in right on top of the guy you're warping in on. So you can easily back up. It's only a 10-second channel. And Ubiquitous comes back, and oh, I think B's going down, taking a strike cannon. And you got X-War, a brawler, just tentacling him down, and yeah, he goes down. Got tons of fighters right here, hanging out. Empedocles, here we go. I think I'm gonna check the. Yeah, there's just one guy left, so this game is basically over. He's just gonna come in, last stand. His shields are gone, and he's just gonna hang out. And that was a nuke. Obviously took him down. So that was the game. I suggest you try it out. It's really fun. It's really quick. It's really easy to get hang of. A few games and you've basically got it down. You know, only 4 ships to choose from, so that's really easy to get used to. Other than that, that's basically it. So maybe I'll see you in game. Otherwise, thanks for watching.